Hey everyone, Dan from fpgeeks.com here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Omas Vintage 360 Turquoise. Now, if you're not familiar with this pen, the vintage part in that name is a big deal because about 16 years ago they introduced this model, and then a few years ago Omas introduced a new modern 360. And as you can see here, the difference between the two, I don't know. I just prefer the vintage over the modern style. I mean, that's just me. The 360 design and the translucent turquoise cotton resin, it really does a lot to make this pen stand out. Unfortunately, I've not seen any photo or video capture the color of this pen really well. So if you are interested in it and you can get your hands on one before you buy it, you're going to be blown away. I mean, I can guarantee you're going to be walking out of the store with this pen. I really enjoyed my time with this. The nib was phenomenal. It's just a heck of a good pen. So let's just get into the review, shall we? Omas has really done an outstanding job with the packaging of this pen. I mean, it really feels like you're getting something special here. And this outside sleeve, it's kind of a silver color with this slight tint of blue in it. And when you slide the box out here, I mean, this thing is solid. I mean, it's very well constructed. It's finished very well. They really pay attention to details with this. Now, when you open it up, you'll see that it's lined with like this microfiber suede. And on the inside, it says Italian creativity, history, craftsmanship, the pleasure of writing. It's kind of a neat little detail there. Then you have this plastic frosted card. I'm just congratulating you on your purchase. And here we have the pen and a pen sleeve, a bottle of Omas turquoise ink, and this tray will lift out here. And underneath it, we find a couple of books. We got a warranty and some information on some more Omas pens. Nothing really important here. We can just put all that stuff back. But it's very well done. It feels great to the touch. And just sliding that out, oh, that's nice. Yes, like that. I mean, the pen is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm really glad they include that sleeve to protect it. I mean, you can see just the translucent turquoise cotton resin. I mean, how beautiful it is. I want to take a little bit of time just to kind of sit here and just take in the beauty of this pen. I mean, the color is just outstanding. I mean, I wish you could be here sitting next to me looking at this, because really the video doesn't do it justice. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful design, beautiful material, and I'll try and zoom in on the cap band here where you can see the Greek key design that's very common on a lot of Omas pens. Very well done, really nice touch. And the cap is held on very securely here. You really got to use your thumb to pop the cap off. And you can see I had a little bit of ink in it. I tried to clear it out so you could get a better look at just how transparent the material is. Looking at the band that's also on the section, it matches the same design as the cap. It looks really good. And we'll zoom in on the nib here and just kind of take a look at the imprint. I mean, it's a beautiful design, very well detailed. It has the triangular shape of the pen right there on the center of the nib. And the piston, it's a great unit. It's very smooth. I was a little disappointed though with its capacity. I mean, you can see here just how long the actual piston unit is compared to how much ink capacity, is the potential there in the pen. It's, I wish they would have designed it a little more efficiently to hold more ink, but it'll get you through a few days of writing. The operation is smooth, no complaints there. They did a really good job with the feel of it. Yeah, so when I was emptying the pen here, I got ink all over myself like some kind of noob. I don't know what I was doing there. But talking about the cap, I mean, it does snap close very securely. No worries there. And it also posts solid as well. I mean, the pen is fairly large, so you won't have to post it, but if you do, it's good to know that the cap's going to stay put. Taking a closer look at the cap, I really don't like the black inner cap. I wish they would have made it clear or the same material as the rest of the pen. I think it just makes the cap too dark. The other thing you'll notice is the ribbed panels on each side of the cap. It's a little different than the actual vintage design, but I think it looks good. Overall, it's a fantastic looking pen. And so we're just about to the writing sample, but before we do that, we're going to need to fill it. So we might as well just use the included Omas Turquoise. This is one of my favorite inks. It's a beautiful color to it. And this pen, piston filler, so no surprises here during the filling operation. The unit is very smooth. I mean, it's high quality. The piston knob actually provides really good tactility. I mean, you can get a good grip on it. One thing I do need to talk about is the triangular shape of this section. Here, I just picked up the pen and I'm holding it comfortably, and you can see how rotated the nib is. To rotate it into proper writing position, I actually have to hold each edge of the triangle, and it's not that comfortable, but it's a lot better than, say, a Lamy Safari. So you can kind of see the difference here. It'd be nice if I could get the nib and feed rotated to fit my grip. I think it would be a lot more comfortable to hold. What makes the pen usable, though, and different from, say, the Lamy Safari, is that the section is a lot larger. So even though I have to rotate it and hold it on the edges, it's still fairly comfortable. I mean, I don't have to apply a lot of pressure to keep a good grip on it. And you can see I've got the Omas Turquoise ink in here, and it just looks beautiful coming out of this pen. The nib performs excellently. It's got a surprising amount of flex to it, what I would call semi-flex easy. You can see the line variation there. The flow is pretty wet though, so you'll have to make sure you keep your ink and paper choice in mind if you're going to use this as a daily writer, because on some papers the excessive ink will feather a little bit, and there will be a little bit of bleed through. So those are important things to keep in mind. Going through this quick little loops here, you can see it railroaded just a little bit there, but the ebonite feed actually does a terrific job of keeping up good ink flow. And here I forgot how to spell quick. I don't know what happened, but the feed does a great job keeping up with the flow. You can push it fairly quickly without the feed drying up and starting to railroad. It's certainly no vintage flex nib, but for a modern nib, it's really dang good. I was very pleased with it. I was very happy with it. And the rhodium plated 18 karat nib, I mean, it's beautiful. I love seeing that as I'm writing, and it's still very usable with light pressure. This was a medium nib. It's smooth. It's a little heavy on the flow. With this ink, you can see the shading really come out. But if you want to step into it a little bit and bring that flex out, it's very easy to do. I was very impressed with the nib. I love it. I highly recommend you try one of these if one's available to you. I don't know about you, but I could watch flex nibs operate all day, and so I'm gonna do a little bit more writing here for you. And I actually got my calipers out to measure this, and the medium nib with very light pressure makes about a 0.6 millimeter wide line. Pushing this, I would say, to about 90% of its limits, it'll easily do a 1.2 millimeter line. So that's easily, doubling the width of the line, and the feed keeps up just fine. If you do write quickly, that'll make it railroad, but you just got to play with it a little bit, adjust to it, get comfortable with it. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed writing with it. The nib is surprisingly smooth even during flexing, which is not always the case with a lot of flex nibs, but yeah, wow. So I hope you enjoyed that, because I know I certainly did. And there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that was this single pin sleeve that comes with the pen. I'd never used these before, but this one, it's made out of that same microfiber type material as what the box is lined with, and it does an excellent job of gripping the inside of your pocket. When, say, you can't clip it to a shirt, or you don't have a pocket or something, and you don't want to put it in your pocket with your keys or your cell phone or something, this works really well. It doesn't move around. I have another one out of this black pleather material, but I mean, it's garbage, you know. It slides around in my pocket. The pen doesn't stay put. And with this, it holds it exactly where I put it. It probably only cost them a few cents to make, but I really like it. So I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. If you want to read the full written review, please check it out at our website. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments below. Thanks, everyone.
Indulge.